What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Youth Heroes. This is episode 2. Today we'll be doing Defenders. During the series, I'll be taking you through what I deem to be the best options for either a backup or a youth prospect in your team in a certain position. And as I said, this episode will be focusing on Defenders. Now, you might notice that this list is a lot bigger than the goalkeepers list, so we're going to try and whiz through. As usual, starting from the cheapest up to the most expensive. So our first option is Jorge Mere. Currently plays for Sporting Gijón in La Liga. He's Spanish, 19 years old, and currently has one under-21 cap for Spain. So, as you'll see, straight off the bat, he's only 19 years old. Determination at 18 means he's going to grow a lot during this save or your save. Marking already at 15, tackling 14, passing 14. Probably be looking at developing his crossing and dribbling. All of his physical attributes are pretty good. Maybe personal development on pace. And he doesn't actually have an estimated cost, so he probably would be quite expensive. And there's actually no intention of joining our club on a permanent basis. I think that's because he's just signed a new contract in our save. But as you can see in that new contract, there's a £21.5 million release fee. So if you can't sign him in your first save, then definitely keep tabs on him throughout your save. The second signing that I would recommend is Zika at left back. Currently playing for Santos in the Brazilian league. 22 years old, Brazilian. This guy, I have actually had him on my Manchester United save, and he was actually very good indeed. His contract, only 5k per week. He'll probably be asking for about 20k, I'd imagine. Very low fee for him at 2.5 rating when you start the game. So you should be able to pick him up for, I don't know, I'd probably say about 12 million probably. 28. So yeah, you can get it for 15, so you could obviously get it for cheaper anyway. Would really recommend this guy. Got really good in terms of a kind of wing back role where you're going to be on automatic. He's going to need to come back and defend. He's got 13 tackling, decent marking, but this is where he's going forward. This is where he really shines. He's got 14 crossing, 14 dribbling, 14 passing, 16 long shots, which for a left back is pretty impressive. So he's obviously a better going forward than he is going backwards. But for a backup option or for a smaller team that you're looking to get forward down the wing, but also have that defensive stability there, he'd be a really good option. Next we got João Cancelo from Valencia. Obviously been around for years, very good in FIFA as well. Looking, again, a very good attacking, but both in defence as well. The truth is, with Cancelo, I would actually recommend turning him into a right mid. I feel his stats are actually better suited to being a right mid. But obviously he's only 22, so if you wanted to develop him into an all-round right back, you definitely could. You just need to work on his marking and his tackling, really. Everything else, heading at 11 for a right back, is pretty decent. That's all you're going to need. He's got decent work rate, good pace and acceleration, so he'll be bombing up and down that wing whenever it's possible. But yeah, you would be looking at working on his marking and tackling. Contract, again, very low wages. Seems a reasonable price. No estimated cost again, and they are unlikely to want to sell the player. So you would be looking at quite a big fee, I'd imagine, to sign him in the first season. 25 million though. Depends how much you've got to spend. Alex Grimaldo, who again is quite a well-known throughout FIFA and FM. Again, on this year's game, very, very good. He's kind of like Cancelo, but he also has very solid defensive stats. So this will be one of the most expensive options out of all the players on this list. But you've got great tackling 14, marking 12, pretty solid. Only attributes lacking in defensively really is heading, but he makes up for that with his 15 dribbling and 13 crossing. Good determination, which means he probably will reach his potential of, as you can see from the scout report, perhaps 5-star. Good stamina for bombing up and down those wings. Pace is 14. He's Spanish, so if he might get into the international side, and that will obviously add to his value. So even if you're looking to sell him on, you might make some profit. Again, I mean, in this Manchester United save, he would actually be our third best left back, just behind Luke Shaw and Daley Blind. So if you're looking for a backup to Luke Shaw, or even if Luke Shaw's not for you, then he would probably be a very good option. Again, probably will be. I mean, they're asking for his release fee, so it could be up to 52 million for him. Then we're moving on to Tini Edvaj, again, another really well-known product of FM and on FIFA. Got really good potential in every game for a couple of years now. He's now actually got a few international caps to his name. Still at Leverkusen. You could probably pick him up. My scout says you could pick him up for around 15 to 25 mil. So, I mean, if you get him for the lower end of that, I'd say go buy him now. 25k on the wages, so not too expensive there either. He does... I thought that said that he wanted to play in the Premier League, but nope, sorry, ignore me. He does have very, very solid stats. I mean, marking of 16, tackling of 15 for his age of just 20 years old, and good determination, which means he probably will reach his potential. Good base for a centre-back, good natural fitness. You're looking at he'll probably be able to play 40, 50 games for you, absolutely no problem. Very solid centre-back, and I'd highly recommend signing him. Next we have Nicholas Schwell, currently contracted to Hoffenheim. German, 20 years old, got a couple of under-21 caps under his belt. Heading 16, marking 15, tackling 15. I mean, these key defensive attributes he excels in, especially with his strength and jumping reach of 17 and 17 respectively. Again, probably quite an expensive transfer. I mean, his current ability of 2.5 star is not, a world beater or anything, but potential ability of 4 star, that's what you're looking at really in this series. I mean, Hoffenheim, you're probably going to have to wait to buy this one because I don't really think that they're too keen on selling right at the start of the save. Another great option, in my opinion, is Chancellor Mbemba. Now, he will obviously be at a reduced price due to Newcastle's relegation. And see, in terms of his actual defensive stats, the stats that the game highlights for him to be good in, for his, presuming you're going to play him as a central defender on defend, heading 15, marking 15, tackling 15, there's 15s, strength 16, jumping reach 13, and he's only 21 years old, already with 25 international caps to his name. If you're a big club, I would really, really, really highly recommend signing him as your backup centre-back. Cheap price on the actual transfer fee, and also his wages wouldn't actually ask that much, probably in the region of about £30,000. So Mbemba especially, he's got experience of playing in the league as well. For a home option, Mbemba would probably be the best pick for you. After that, we've got Felix Paslak. Currently plays for Dortmund. He's a right back, can also play left back and left mid or right mid. So if you're looking for a versatile player that can play either the left side or the right side, Paslak's very good. Again, a fullback that's kind of lacking the more traditional defensive attributes, especially, I mean, you'll probably have to work on his positioning, marking, tackling, but not too bad if you're looking at playing in a lower league side, obviously, or if you're looking for a backup. I mean, his attacking attributes are actually very good, so even if you're looking at playing him right mid or left mid, he'd still be a really solid player for you. Again, his potential ability is up to 4 stars, if trained correctly. He would currently be, obviously he could be a backup to either Darmian or Valencia or Luke Shaw. Got very good determination, which means he probably will hit his desired potential as long as you have good coaching facilities. I don't actually know how much you would have to offer, but I did sign him on my Manchester United save in the second season for about £14 million, so not too bad at all. Next we have Nathan Ake. Been at Chelsea for a long time actually, Nathan Ake. Never seemed to actually break into the first team, but regardless of that, Football Manager seems to rate him very highly. He's been very good on previous games as well, with a very good potential on those. A really good kind of ball-playing centre-back here, with good base defensive stats. at only 21 years old, and obviously his first touch of 14, dribbling of 12 and passing of 12 make him either a really good ball playing centre back or even could push him a little bit further forward into that defensive midfield. You'd probably be looking at about 25 million again to sign Ake. Wages wouldn't be too bad at all. We should have a look at what Scout says. You're probably looking in the region of about 35k per week to sign him. Matthias Ginter, another player from Dortmund. Of course, they're just blessed with loads of youth talent. Already played for Germany. This chap, 22 years old. He is again another very good ball playing. If you're looking for that ball playing defender, where his defensive attributes are pretty solid for a backup centre back for a big club, or again, first team centre back for a smaller club. Got very good strength, very good. I like these physicals a lot. His acceleration isn't too great, but his pace of 12, you don't really need much more than that in a centre back, especially if you're going to play a slightly deeper line. Good first touch, heading 15, marking 14, tackling 13. These are all going to go up over time. I mean, he's only 22 years old, got a lot of room to develop, and that is Matthias Ginter of Dortmund. Next we have Jonathan Tah. Again, another really well-known centre-back with high potential in football managers throughout the years. Very good again, ball-playing defender. He's got a good first touch at 12, good passing at 12, marking 15, tackling 14. Good strength, great jumping reach, and his physicals again are just unbelievable. 17 pace for a centre-back with 13 acceleration. I mean, he looks more like a right mid than a centre-back. He will be very expensive. His potential was up to 5 stars again. So you will be looking at a hefty fee if you want to take Tara away in the first season. You do find a lot that in FM17 this year especially, if you put in a transfer bid and it gets rejected, and then you can also use this for transfer or declare interest as top target. They usually, if you're a bigger club, they get unsettled. So you usually be asking for a move away, and I have seen a few players get transfer listed as a result of me being interested in them. So obviously try everything to try and knock the price down, because some teams do ask for astronomical fees for most of their players. And then our last one here, he can also play all along the back four positions. He can also comfortably play wing back. Is Johnny from, I think here in this stage he moves to Tottenham, but he's only at Celta Vigo. I believe £13.5 million is actually his release fee. So again, very good going forwards and backwards. Good marking, good tackling. Probably want to work on his attacking attributes just a little bit, just to get that crossing up a little bit, maybe work on the dribbling. But he's got great determination, which means he probably will hit his potential, and a good set of physical attributes, especially highlighting pace and acceleration. That's really going to allow him to push up and down these wings. Couple that with his work rate, I mean, he's going to be really box to box in terms of getting up that wing, getting the crosses in, but then also coming back and solidifying the defence. So you're probably better off playing him either as a wing back or a full back, but both are automatic. So because he has the stats to get up and down the pitch. So that will conclude episode 2 of Youth Heroes. Next time we'll be doing midfielders. Again, there will probably be even more midfielders and defenders. I am trying to run through them pretty quick, but obviously if you need me to take more time on them, then I will shorten down my shortlist to only the best few. Also, I would just like to say that I know a lot of these players aren't available right at the start of the game, or do seem very expensive, but hopefully over time you'll see that the transfer system in FM17 allows you to either pressurise into a sale, as I just showed you with the declaring interest, which obviously will mean that you'll get them closer to their base value, or you do find a lot of players will get transfer listed in this year's FM, especially players like Chancellor and Bemba will probably want to move to a bigger club. Players that play, like Paslak and Schwer and Jedvaj, they'll want to play the Champions League, so they may get transfer listed at some point. But if you want players that are cheaper overall, then definitely let me know in the comments. But for now, just like, subscribe, and if you have anything, again, like I say, to put in the comments, any criticisms on how I'm doing this series, then please do let me know. I'm out. Peace.